allowed to adjudicate the boundaries of that power. That's the whole point of the judiciary, to interpret whether those powers are legitimate. You went to law school, motherfucker.
You just heard that right. J.D. Vance, Vice President of Constitutional Karaoke Night, says judges can't adjudicate the boundaries of power. That's literally the job, J.D. That's like saying chefs can't cook or doctors can't diagnose. But sure, let's have the Constitution interpreted by a guy who still thinks the Civil War was a zoning dispute. The whole point of having a judiciary, you know, the people in robes who don't take campaign donations from oil companies, is to make sure wannabe monarchs don't start treating executive power like a Costco membership. You can't just flash your presidential badge and say, executive privilege, table for one. And the irony? J.D. Vance went to Yale Law. Yale. That's supposed to be the Harvard of smugness. Yet somehow he graduated thinking checks and balances is a cooking show. Let's be clear. When J.D. Vance says judges shouldn't question the president, what he's really saying is he wants a king, preferably one that tweets at 3 a.m. and measures loyalty by how loudly you clap at rallies. He's not describing a republic. He's describing North Korea with better Wi-Fi. And this is the new conservative fantasy. Absolute power, zero oversight, and a crowd chanting USA while democracy quietly bleeds out behind the curtain. They want a system where the president decides what's legal, the vice president decides what's moral, and the courts sit there like glorified audience members on The Apprentice, Dictatorship Edition. J.D. Vance, if judges can't check the executive, then who does? The Tooth Fairy? Mike Lindell's Dream Journal? You're not protecting democracy, you're auditioning for its funeral. So let's stop pretending this is about constitutional interpretation. It's about power, the kind that doesn't want to be questioned, checked, or challenged. And when that happens, history doesn't call it governance, it calls it tyranny. This is simple news, where we don't need a law degree to know when the Constitution's being mugged in broad daylight.